And for those who have not yet participated, I think it's all that have participated in the poll, so we can just go on to the next room here where the rules are there. So I think many of you might already know this, but I really just want to show this. I won't read it now. Maybe you already know it. And I'll just jump into my presentation. Today's primary topic is tabular values, using tabular values in function modules and XSteps. And this is quite an important thing because it opens up a real new world of possibilities there, instead of just using normal parameters and stuff like that. Okay, I will switch over to the presentation. Share. That's the right monitor. Okay. Do you see my SAP screen here?
Yes, it's okay.
Yes. Okay, great. Good. So I'm starting with the first function module, which actually does not have anything to do with tabular values, but I found it maybe a good start for people who have complained last time that is a little bit more too technical. But last time it was about a style sheet and all this stuff, and this was really hard stuff for people who are not involved in technical stuff normally. So and this is just to show how easy it is with a real small function module to do to help you in your work with the XSteps. So this is just one line of coding here. You see it. But it also helps you to achieve some things, and I show you what you do there. It's just you have an input parameter here, just character, and you just write it to an output parameter. That's all what it does, and it allows you, and that's what I did here. It allows you to. So this is the first one here, where I just simply execute this manually. I just set the value 1 to this parameter here, and by doing that I can use this parameter to feed some commands here to unlock an instruction. So this is the possibility to just use a button to lock or unlock things, or do whatever you want with this change status. The other possibility, so this is the first part where I've used this function module. The second one is here, where I use this function modules only on an event. So you see here execution is on event, process instruction completing. So this means you can trigger this status change just by entering the signature and thereby completing this instruction here. And by doing so, you will then open up this following instruction. I have just created a work instruction there. So I'm just showing that here. There it is. Should be the new one. No. Let's just create it on. Okay, I just create a new one. So I create a production order. Pieces. Create control recipes here. And send this control recipe. Finally, show it. So here is again this piece of coding to see, and here's this one button which is active, and here's a signature which is locked. and this is also logged. I did this on document generated. So what I'm doing here, I press the button and thereby setting the status to 1. And this command here with a formula sees that when it's 1, it unlocks this instruction. So it's now ready for use. And when I enter my signature, this one is a simple signature, just press here, and then I complete this instruction here, this one-line instruction, and the other status is validated with 1, and thereby this one here is opened. So this is a really small function module, but it allows some nice features here. Okay. Any questions on that?
No, thank you.
Okay, so let's jump to the next one. And the next one is something here. This one is actually also quite a small one, as you can see. This function module is getting a parameter which is called iCount, an integer parameter, and fills this table structure here with numbers from 1, 2, 3 till this iCount number. And this sounds not very interesting at first glance, but I will show what this allows you later on to do. Maybe I'll just show it in this repository. I have here a standard XStep, which is used as a setup instruction, and there I've got parameters here. A lot of parameters like lower limit, upper limit, target value, and some other parameters. And one of these parameters is called number of table entries. And I'm using this parameter actually to determine the length of the table where I enter some numbers. So here's the table, and this is the function module, and it's outside of this table. So and that's also one principle. You should really always put these function modules outside of these tables, because if you put them inside a table, you have some problems. So it's better to keep these tabular function modules outside of these tables. And what I'm doing here is I'm just getting this parameter and writing these numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 to this index tabular parameter. And this parameter I have used here in this table as an output field. You see here, this parameter. And by doing so, when this function module is executed, in this case by document generated, it will create as many lines as the parameter says. And by this command, I also inhibited that the user creates more lines. So this is a nice thing to really enforce this number of lines. And I will show it to you in this example here. Skip this one here. Here you see it. So that one is the table. I've got this parameter 5 provided in this case. And here you see the line numbers here from 1 to 5. And the table is set up here. So one important thing, of course, I need to say here, to use these table parameters in the function module, you need to set up first these, show it here, these types, and this actually is a structure. So you see here in the SE80. Okay, so this is technical. Apologies for that, but here in this dictionary, you see there are certain structures, and I just pick that one that I used here, and it's a structure with only one component, and that's in this case called a value, and it has a certain data type, a numerical data type, and if I want to use a character one, I need to provide a different data type here. So, and that's all you need to use these table parameters. one additional comment is, I don't know from which release, but there is a certain release, a basis or NetWeaver release, when these table parameters became obsolete. So when you create a table parameter here, you will see a message down there. Table parameters are obsolete. Just ignore it, because it's possible to use import and export and changing parameters also with so-called table types, but they won't work in the way which is good for PI sheets or work instructions. So it's safer to use these table parameters, and I doubt that they will ever vanish because they're used in so many objects. It just can't happen. Okay, so having this said, maybe some questions. If I'm too fast, please slow me down.
Later, I will have a question.
Okay, good. So that was this example about setting up an index for tables. And the next thing I want to show is this one here. It's also a very simple one, just to allow you, I don't know whether there's a real application for that, but just allows you to enter a position and a value, and then to update a table parameter. It looks like this, so you just have to write the data, and you have to use this statement here, modify. This is really plain, simple ABAP coding, and I'll show you what this does in this example here. So I've used this here. I just create maybe 3 lines here. I say line position 2, enter some value, character value in this case, and press update, which is this function module here, and then you see that this value appears on this position. And if I overwrite it, it is altered. Of course, if you enter here a number larger than 3, this wouldn't work here. Of course, you could provide means
joining conference
to also extend the table automatically, as I have done it here. But this is just a very simple example on how to change values in dialog here in these functions in this PI sheet. Maybe a brief look on the XS that I'm using here. So here I'm entering these 2 values, line position and value, and here is the function module, and here is this is the table value, and these are the two scalar values. So nothing magical about it. It's just you have to know how to set up these function modules with these structured table types, and then it becomes quite easy. Of course, if you want to do some more complex calculations, you need to become more proficient with ABAP, but maybe you also have some colleagues at hand who do some ABAP coding better than you do. Okay, that was this, and the next thing I did here is in this machine setup here, where I have this central table where I enter these different values. Maybe I just briefly show it here. So this is it. I can enter some values here. I've got a lower limit, upper limit, and here I've got some statistics down at the table. So the first one is the sum of all these values. Second one is the average, and here is the minimum and maximum value in this table. And there are 3 different techniques to do these sort of statistics on tables, and I'll show you how. So in this instruction here, the first one is just an output of parameter, where I'm using this sum in brackets, which is so that there exist 2 special extensions to the parameter. So the first one is sum, which means the sum of all the values. And the second one is if you need to do some calculations here, like the average, you can use this calculation type. where you can also use, of course, these two special extensions for the parameter, and I just did the sum divided by the count, and that of course gives the average. So that's without any ABAP coding, and the minimum and maximum you cannot do without some small coding. So I've wrote a small function module which is called XStepCafe, and that one just gets this table of values and returns the minimum and maximum value. Just maybe a small glimpse into that one here. This is it. So I'm just looping over these table values and do some comparison operations here to find out what is the minimum and maximum value. Okay, so let's have a look at it, how it works. So I'm entering 10, which is outside of tolerance. Okay, sorry about that. So I'm 100. And so you see here the sum is 100. The average is 20 because it counts 5 lines here. The minimum is 0 because the initial lines are regarded as 0. And the maximum is 100. Okay. 90, 5, and now you see here the minimum value is really the minimum value in this list. Maximum is also this one. If I'm doing this, it will change, of course. So that's basically yes, these are the basics of handling tabular parameters in the electronic work instruction. Maybe you can also, if something doesn't work, of course you can use debugging here and capture this one here and press this button here and breakpoint add function module. Continue, and then you see here this function module. And when I double click here on the t values, double click again, I see. I think here it is. Yeah. You see the table again here in this internal representation, and yeah, of course here you can then see what the system does. So I'm looping here. This is the structure, value, the first one, and then continue. So it picks the next one. So this is quite basic ABAP coding execution. Okay. Yeah, that's basically the things I wanted to explain in more detail. Of course, there are much more complex operations possible. I could later on show you some of these in my weighing example, where I have used a lot of these tabular values and function modules. But maybe this is a good point for opening up questions and answers session for this topic. Peter, you had a question?
Yeah, just if your table is dynamically, like your example before this operation 20, you had a table with a plus sign.
Yes.
We do have a problem in our weighing module. Once you are adding lots of lines, you get a scroll bar to the right, and the header, the value header, is scrolled out of the picture, and that's a problem. What they wanted is they wanted to scroll the values, but not the header, the value header, the gray one.
Yeah, so we have experienced the same issue. That's the problem of the standard style sheet, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I know about this problem, and I try to to convince my colleagues from development to do something in the standard.
I know that's a problem of the style sheet.
Yeah.
I do not know how
actually, we had a customer. I don't think one of the customers is online right now. Who found a solution, a very simple, small snippet in the style sheet to fix this problem, and we might include that in the standard style sheet. And meanwhile, I could provide this, of course, to fix this. And if you want to have a look how this is working, I can show you the how it's working.
Okay, it's not so urgently. I just got a request and I said, sorry, right now I don't have an idea.
Yeah. Actually, once I had that, I played around also for the ASAC Summit this fall for creating a nice demo, and there I also fixed a problem which I find is also a problem, because if you create a new line and you've got a focus somewhere like this, create a new line, it's not going there automatically.
Mm-hmm.
Because normally when you create a new line, that means, okay, you need that line and you want to work on that line immediately. So normally you have to scroll down. And what I did is I also made sure that this focus is then set to the bottom line there.
That's correct.
So maybe if you have time left, I can show you this example. It also quite offers some amazing other views. But if there are more questions, maybe we can first go to these.
Okay. Thank you.
Any more questions?
Hi, Arnie, this is Mohan.
Hi, Mohan.
Can you show that, how to set that, how to bring that last line to the top?
Pardon me?
No, how to scroll, when you add the new line, so how to scroll down.
Okay. Yeah, Mohan, maybe, can we postpone this if there are more questions to these tabular parameters and function modules?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Then I'd like to close this up, and then later on we can maybe do this.
Yep, sure, that's fine.
So, any more questions on tabular parameters?
Hi, Arnie.
Yes.
The question, basic, it's very basic. We have tabular parameters, and we, in fact, earlier we saw that in function modules we have export and import parameters. The basic use of table parameters, is it only restricted to the table functions, or it's only we can in fact have more applications also with parameters?
I'm sorry, I didn't get the question really. Could you try to?
I would like to know where all the applications of this tabular parameters is widely used.
The table parameters?
Yes.
Yeah, they are widely used in the standard, these ones, yeah, yes. Was that the question, or?
See, we have actually kind of tables. In fact, without table parameters also we in fact can go ahead with PI sheets and utilize PI sheets.
Yes, so you use PI sheets without table parameters.
Yes. So what is the distinct function which actually is separate from the table parameters?
Okay, yes, okay. If you don't use table parameters, you always have to, you only have the possibilities to look at one table, at the complete table, by only these sum and count objects. So you only can display the sum and the count, and here the average. So this is all you can do with a complete table. All the rest, you can of course do inside one table line. You can do a lot of line operations, do some calculations there and here. But if you want to sort of compare tables, or if you want to take the content of one table and maybe consolidate that and put the consolidated or aggregated values to another table. This is possible by using the tabular values. Yeah. Of course, you don't have to use them, yes, but it provides you with a lot of additional functionality. And maybe just show me what I mean by going to my favorite weighing scenario.
I think a typical example is if you are weighing for one target and you are weighing in different units of measure and you want to add.
Exactly, that's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, you cannot add grams and kgs without the unit of measure, and so you cannot use the sum function. You have to add all lines.
Yeah. So here I've got this weighing line, and you're right. My total value in kilograms, I could have used a function module which uses table parameters with the weight and the unit, and sort of sees if it's kilogram, then it divides it, it multiplies it with thousands to get a sum in grams or vice versa. What I did here actually was I have a hidden parameter here which always calculates these in kilograms. So that there it was not needed. But what I wanted to show was, look, I've got a consolidated overview table here of all the components. Yes, and I wanted to make sure that I have the possibility to provide all the data of these different weighing tables, to consolidate these into these overview tables. So that I did with a lot of tabular parameters. And another example would be to do a material reconciliation, so that you really sum up all this in kilograms, and later on when you use up the components and have a mixture, you weigh the total, and then you can compare this with the total of all. Also these possibilities of statistics is a quite an use case, because I had a customer request, a demo for a customer, where they said, okay, we need to enter these many values here, like in this example, yes, and we want to have some statistics like minimum, maximum value, and this is only possible using the tabular parameters. Did that somehow make sense to you?
Yes, that's perfect. Actually, I got the concept and using table parameter and actually applying the functions across the table.
Yes.
And I hope this table parameters can be from it can be also clubbed within the operations.
Within the work instructions in PP. Yeah. Actually, this example is one in the work instructions. You see, it's operation here. So this is a PP example here. It's the same technique, so you don't need to worry about differences of PI sheet or work instructions, PP or PPPI. It's really similar.
This is Ivan here. We had also an application of this functionality when you think about material staging to production, because all the materials coming in were checked at the production line, and there was a production supplier per production line, and then there could be, for one material, for instance, several batches delivered from the warehouse, and then we would call a function module looking at the production supply area. What do I have of material for this batch, and giving that as an input, and then you could get several lines returned, and then you need a table parameter to display it, and then you can do the physical check that did I really get it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's also a good one. And another one I just remember was at one of my customer sites where we had a large table where they actually entered material, batch, and quantity for a goods issue, And they had a lot of batches, so it was a rather big table with lots of mixture of materials, batches, and quantities. But they also wanted to have a smaller table at the top, showing only the quantities for each material. And by using these tabular parameters, these all data that could be aggregated from this large table with a lot of batch and single position information to a small table with only the one line per material with the total quantity. So that's also, I think, a good use case. Okay. Any more questions?
Yeah, Arnie, I have a little question. I saw you entering figures there for some parameter like test and it was a character value. But I saw that even the width of the table was dynamically adjusted when you actually entered a more bigger value there. So, here itself, just above.
This one?
Yes. The value table, this, if you have less value, then it actually the value width of the column is less, and you increase it, it dynamically increases. You put some highlights.
I didn't do it in this function module. I think what you are asking is, I don't know, this is probably less than 20, at least less than 50 lines here. So if I'm using 50 here, updating it here, it does not add new lines, but it could if you want. It's just not in this function module.
No, that's okay. What I'm saying, is the width control also possible?
Width?
Technically?
No. That's something which is not possible because this is really an element here that has to be provided in the setup in the XSteps. Yeah. I know about this requirement. I see it every now and then, but no, it's not possible.
The restriction would be to the maximum value of the characteristic to which this value is defined, right?
Maybe I didn't get it. Was your question whether to automatically add a new column here?
No.
Oh,
even
sorry.
automatically update the width.
The width? Yeah. Now I think I know what you mean. Okay, let's enter 5 here and like this. I update. Yeah, and it adjusts the width here always. If you create and edit here or change some value here like this, the width is adjusted here to this width here. That's normal standard behavior. Was that a question? Question answer?
Yeah, it was an answer, but I see more detail. Was it a standard behavior?
It's for output values, output field. This is really a standard. Yeah.
Okay.
If it's an input field, it's fixed. Yeah. So there's nothing you can do there. That's then it's determined by the field length. Yeah. But output field?
Yeah, we were looking for the input field.
Okay. Yeah, the input field, there you can, apart from changing style sheet or something, this is a fixed length. So the maximum length would be either if it's an input field, if it's an input field like character, it can be 30 characters maximum, yes, and then maybe you can try also a long text input field, and then but then still I think then the length of the column is determined by the value here, the title of the column. There you also have only 30 characters possibility. I think that's a restriction. Okay, any more questions on the table parameters? If not, let's just show you this other example. So here I have made an example with different work instructions for every work center, basically. So in this case, for every operation. So I've got 5 here, 5 operations. And this is an example for a confirmation, a nice confirmation module. And it also has a good deal of MRI content, which I included in there. So some nice slides here. Okay. So let's go to the first one, preparation. I hope it works. Sometimes I get some problems, but anyway, the thing I want to show is about this tabular scrolling. Okay. So what I do have here is this is actually also a generated table on event document generated. For each activity I create one line. So this is not generated with the generation scope, but this is done, at least I believe it is done, by a function module that spreads up these 3 lines. This is used for helping the operator to get the times and activities he has spent for production. So, and every time I press this button, this table here is updated. So again, I'm using tabular parameters here. So I'm by pressing this button, I check this table here. I check what are the actual values of this activity, and then I enter them here in these fields, and then I complete this table line. So I do that. You see here, I've got this value the same as I had here. So this was here, and I finish it. So I start machine and labor time. So it's just it's like a ticking clock here now, and I set my yield here to 1. I wait some time here. You can see how the clock is ticking and how the system automatically gets the actual activity you have to confirm here. So now I have my first piece here in this operation finished. I execute the confirmation here, and again you see that these values have been taken here. So no setup here, but 2 activities here. So it was updated from this table to that table, completed automatically. Automatically also a new table line was created. And and you see also some flex thing here. And you see some visualization here as well. You should see them. Maybe there's some problem here. Anyway, that's the MRI part was not the thing I wanted to show. What I wanted to show is what you saw right now. So what you see here is the system has created a 4th line here, and I've also enlarged these lines here with a lot of style sheet enhancement here. But what it did here, it did not scroll the header lines up, and it automatically set the focus to the last line. So I don't have to scroll here, which I could with also these buttons here, of course, but I don't have to do anything here. So I'll just do the next confirmation here.
The picture's not moving anymore. maybe the problem here, or
The picture? Oh, you mean...
do you
You don't
talked
see...
about a fourth line, but I only...
Yeah. You see you see the scroll bar here?
Oh, no, I have a failed connection, I see now.
Oh, that's too bad. But the others do see it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes?
it's okay.
Okay. So, there...
Just one question in between. Is it in XMII, the many icons, and what I see
No,
here?
just to show what is MRI here, so first of all, I have a style sheet modification to allow me some HTML content here in the header, in this 50% part. And one part of this HTML content I have actually put in was an iframe here, which points to an MRI applet, which is this one. Yeah? This one is the same, so this is also an HTML, an iframe, which points, in this case, to an Adobe Flex page. You can also use the normal MRI screens here, but I like the Flex more. Like this. So this is MRI, and all the rest is style sheet. So what I did here...
One question, what I've seen in your many examples, how do you get the icons in the columns, like the green,
this one here.
green triangle, red one?
that is a style sheet enhancement I did. So...
Oh, great, because I tried in vain.
So, I mean, that would be much beyond this session right now.
Okay.
So to explain what I did here. But
I just wanted to know if I'm too stupid to do this.
No. I really that really took me quite some days to figure out all this. So it's not something I can explain in a couple of minutes.
Saved my day. Thank you.
Yes. But again, I think it's also showed a nice use case for these tabular parameters, because I'm really, by clicking one button, so this is one central function module here which reads this table here and writes this table. So this is an interaction between two tables over one single function module.
And then there's one confirmation per line here then.
Yeah. This is just one time ticket per line. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, any more questions?
Looks quite interesting.
I guess that you would be interested in all that one.
Yes, of course. I recognize the large buttons.
Yeah.
Fine.
So, I mean, actually, the HTML part is that there's no real magic in it. It's just an iframe which points to an MRI screen. Well, actually, there's a little bit of magic in it, because I need to provide this MRI content also some parameters. So this screen needs to know the order number, and in that case also the operation number, that it takes the correct order and the correct operation here. But this is not a big deal. Okay. Any more questions?
I have an idea for a polling question.
Okay.
Maybe it is possible to ask for the actual projects of the participants.
Yeah, we can do that. If you want to stop now the actual screen presentation, we can go into the next screen with the usual polling stuff, and I can set up an instant polling about that. Yes, we can do that. Anybody else wants to comment on other things or have questions?
Okay.
No? Okay, then I will go to the screen here. Well, of course, I've got my usual polls. I'm just opening now. Is there? I didn't receive any further ideas for a next topic of the next session. Actually, it's not mandatory to have a distinct topic for one of our sessions. It's all free. It's just a cafe, yeah. So we can just meet and discuss miscellaneous things. But if you want, you can vote here, and I just set up a new poll. So Susanne, what do you want to ask the participants on the polling?
Yes, I'm interested in the actual projects, or how should I say this? Maybe then we have some points to ask each other or to discuss some points.
Good idea. I don't know. I mean, the polling works like I have several selections. I don't know what different selections I can now write down. Maybe the other participants can just try to answer one by one if you want.
Well, could we give free text in the line to have the words really clear?
Well, let's see.
Or via email, maybe.
Yeah,
we can
Susanne,
also. Yes?
from which company are you?
I'm from Trump, Germany.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Yes. Sorry, I could not mute my telephone because
no,
you
no
couldn't
problem.
hear me.
no problem.
Okay.
So perhaps it's better if we call each other in German. It would appreciate. It would be a lot easier.
Yeah.
So maybe I know that Abbott is doing a lot also with weighing. So they're using the OPC interface. They use PPPI, so they use PI sheet. Yes. I think you also use some good deal of programming, so function modules. You also use a lot. Maybe
document reading, logical in between steps like doing tolerance checks, doing some dynamical consumption, all the stuff. It's easier to explain it in German, I think.
Maybe one of the others. Is there anybody which is also in discrete industries in the participant list here?
Schrieder Anne, he's also working for Abbott.
Okay.
Hi, Peter.
Hi, Schrieder.
Mohan, you're IDEX, yes?
Yes, I'm from IDEX.
IDEX is also pharmaceuticals. Maybe you can also...
No, we have like both process and discrete. Right now we are using the PA sheets only for process.
Okay.
So our plan is probably in 2010 we may go for like PA sheets for discrete also. So that's what we are planning in process.
We are just in the beginning. We will have our test system at the end of November.
We're still waiting for our first ramp-up customer for the electronic work instructions in PP. So, yeah.
Okay.
So you still have the chance to be the first one. I'm not sure about it.
Okay, I have the intention to be the first.
Okay, good to hear. So I don't know. Ivan, from which company are you again?
I'm from Accelerate, the consulting company. So I've been working both in pharmaceutical and in the discrete manufacturing.
Okay, and in discrete, do you have any prospects that might be interested in the electronic work instructions as well?
Currently, I'm working with PPPI clients, and I don't think that they are going over to the electronic work instruction at the moment, or over to PP. And they already have PPPI.
Yeah, I mean that's not the. If they have already PPPI, they can of course use PI sheet because it's the same. XStep's is the same technology. I'm just also interested in maybe discrete customers that might want to use these.
I'll keep it in mind.
Technology. So keep it in mind and present it to them. Maybe point out these sessions to them. You can give them the links maybe also.
I already distributed to some clients also the electronic work instruction slides.
What about you, Johan? Oh, Johan is not listening.
He's grey.
Yeah, that's only telephone here. Kimmo from Bayer project in Finland. No, not listening.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Hi.
I got a flu, and I'm in a room where so many people, so I cannot.
You cannot speak. Okay.
Yeah. But I'm in a project and we are doing XStep, so.
Okay, and all is going well now?
Yes. Very good.
Good to hear. Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
last.
So yeah, all these tabular values and these are very familiar. So.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so what about Suraj? I don't know how you're pronounced from TCS.
Yeah.
Are you involved in any projects concerning either PI sheets or electronic work instructions?
We have PI sheets here for actually it's not even discrete or not even a process industry. We have actually kind of line manufacturing, but we are using this PI sheets for capturing major operational data, and we have in fact we actually call it more of events here.
Is that a particular customer where you implemented that, or are you using it for Tata?
No, it's for a customer. For
a customer, okay. Good. Right. I have seen maybe I should open the polls and broadcast the results here for you. Close the polls. So it seems, a little bit mixed up between archiving and issues from switching from instruction-based PI sheet to XStep PI sheet. Let's just keep that in mind and I think that's nothing for a real demo next time. So it will be more or less a more open discussion maybe. It of course also depends on the people that are actually then participating on that event. So if those who are interested now in archiving are not there next time, then we will do something else, I think. So and also we had of course a lot of the usual suspects, I would say, from already covered here in the last sessions. Let's keep it a little bit more open, and we will see what we'll do next time. Any more comments, suggestions from your side?
May I bring a colleague? Sorry, may I bring a colleague next time?
Yeah, sure. But maybe just give. You're planning to participate both in the same screen, or?
Maybe yes.
Yeah, then it's not a big deal. If he wants to also be participating separately, then it would be nice if I get his information. Then I can put him also on the mailing list.
Yes, I will give you the email.
Okay.
By email. Okay.
And when we are saying archiving here, is it then the EBR process and the archiving there that you're thinking about, or?
Actually, maybe it's also something I can mention. We are planning to extend the archiving of the PI sheets also to processes without EBR included, because many customers they don't want to use the EBR functionality, but they want to be able to archive PI sheets anyway. So that's something we are thinking about and planning for development. We have some activities there. And I think that's what the question was about, or?
Yes, that's correct. So that was.
Okay.
Hi, Anya, I have one question.
Yes.
This is Sridhar calling. I'm from Ladat. How about the archiving and the EBR? What is the SAP direction? EBR, is there any plans to release it in the next versions?
To release it? What do you mean by? I mean, the
Electronic
EBR
batch
already...
record. functionality? Is there any plans in SAP? If you see the other shop floor systems, after completion of the execution of the process batch, automatically the systems will generate it in electronic batch record. If I wanted to generate it in SAP, what is the easiest way in the EBR component?
Your sound quality is quite bad. I only received part of it. Maybe could you write it in the chat, your question?
Yeah, I just wanted to know what is the functionality going forward in the archiving and the EBR SAP is focusing it. If you see in that area, I have seen a lot of gaps right now when compared to other systems.
Which gaps?
Particularly the electronic batch record and the conversion of the execution work steps into the PDF format.
Okay.
If you wanted the EBR to be implemented in SAP, it looks like we need to develop a lot of custom functionality for the layouts and all these things.
Yeah, actually, yes. Okay, I see what your question is about.
And is there SAP is coming up any kind of those things?
Actually, the issue about the EBR reports that we ship is something. This is meant also as a template for customers to enhance or to change to their needs. So. And that's what customers do. For example, the deviation report, many customers change the deviation report in one way or the other. Yeah. So that's something. I know that the PDF printout for PI sheets is not really good, and I apologize for that because we have some.
Yeah, I'm not asking you to apology. Okay, that is the functionality what is there in SAP. That is fine.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to just know SAP direction. What is direction if it is going? We don't want it to custom develop it. If the SAP is coming it up, okay, in the next version we wanted to use it. If SAP is not doing it, we have to do it.
Yes,
from the customer side. That's what we are thinking.
I would suggest you should do that, yes.
That is fine.
What we are planning.
Second thing I wanted to ask you, is there any simple way, for example, in the PI sheets, wherever if you are entering it into this execution steps, if the deviation has been created in a specific PI sheet, what are the deviations if I wanted to see? Right now, I have to go into the specific PI sheet and I have to go by line. Instead of that, okay, in this PI sheet, I have 6 deviations. These are the deviations. For that, do you have any functionality, any customers is asked you or not?
Okay. First, in the EBR, we've got an overview in the EBR version of the PI sheet, yes? Then second, in EHP3, we came up with some enhancements for the PI sheet and the style sheet, where you have at each phase header level also a deviation symbol, if there is one. So by using that, you can at least see in which of the phases you have deviations. So you don't need to check.
I can see only at the phase level. Okay.
Yes. So that's what you get in EHP3. I don't know if that is already enough for you. I don't know how big your phases are.
No, our phases are big, and even some of the phases we have a 30-40 work instructions. And if you see, particularly in the biotech area where we have seen, we cannot increase the phases also too many phases. Already our recipes have maybe some of the bigger recipes have around 400, 500 phases.
500 phases?
Oh my
God.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, and if you see, even we cannot, if you are going into a paper batch record without paperless execution, if I wanted to go totally batch record in SAP way, some of the times, if you see, even the PI sheet what we have built it, some of the times it is coming it up into even 30, 40 pages or more than that in some cases.
But you're not using one single PI sheet for these 500 pages, no?
Yes, we are using it only one or two PI sheets, not the...
How long are your PI sheets for starting up? How long does it take?
That I think now it is okay. It is not big. This thing we have changed some of the using the laptops, the latest laptops. That is also an issue actually. If you ask me really, that is also, it is some of the times it is taking 3 to 4 minutes to start up the PI sheet.
Okay, but for 500...
And particularly if you see in such a bigger PI sheets, if we are going forward with a paperless execution totally in SAP direction with the PI sheets, the main difficulty we are facing it is this archiving is the one thing, and another thing is these deviations. If in a particular batch, if I have 20 deviations, how can I see those deviations? Even if I wanted to build it, that custom reports, it looks like for me, it is difficult for us to get that data, those deviations data. Even we thought it in last week, one of the client site, the half of the plant running totally on the PI sheets with the paperless execution. That is a nice to have it functionality, but immediately they have asked me, okay, we have executed 10 batches. In one batch I have 20 deviations, in another batch I have 2 deviations, in another batch I have 5 deviations. If I wanted to see a consolidated report, show it to me. Or otherwise, if you give me any custom report, if you want to develop it and give it to us, we can see. If I'm looking into the system to get it those type of details.
Actually, I mean, what you could do is you could use the XML document of the PI sheet where you can find the deviation first, and there in this data structure or in the information you see on these places where the deviations are, you find some more or less cryptical keys, which have the first part is the phase, and there's a dot, and then there's a 4-digit number, which is sort of a continuous number for the instructions. So by doing that, you at least have a feeling about, okay, is that more at the beginning or at the end of the phase? How many instructions are there in between from the phase beginning or something? You can think of evaluating.
Yeah, what you are saying is, Arne, I can appreciate it. That is good technically, but if you see some of the execution systems where I have seen the other execution systems, after completion of the execution, they can able to directly list it out. What are the deviations?
Yeah, but that is actually done in the EBR. I mean, there is a deviation report, and that should list all the deviations there. Did you try that? I mean,
no, I have not tried that. I have to try that. If that is the case, what you are saying is that is correct.
Really think of using the EBR to have this report, because that's one of the central elements of the EBR. So
okay.
That's one of the reports generated when you create an EBR is a deviation report. So maybe you check this out, and just might.
Yeah, that is fine. And another thing is the archiving. This is another area. Next session, if you cover it, that will be great. The archiving area.
I mean, yeah, and archiving is of course then also included in the EBR. That's a nice thing.
Yeah, so that is good. That is good if you focus it on those areas in the next demo, Arne. It will be great. It will be helpful for us.
Okay, so yeah, that's a good point. Maybe I'll also demonstrate the EBR and the different lists.
Yeah. If you demo it, it will be great. I highly appreciate it. Your this thing in that area.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so time's over a lot now.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I think I have asked you the question. Long question.
No problem. So anybody else who wanted to have an urgent question posed or?
So I was just wondering if we were going back to the style sheets and the headers that disappeared.
Yes. Let's see. I need to. I tell you what. I will. who is interested in this topic? It was Peter and
Ivan.
Peter and
Ivan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mohan.
Okay.
Caesar.
Perhaps we can add it as a topic and take it in one of the next.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Perhaps the best way, because I'm sure that everybody will be at some point interested.
Okay. Yeah, maybe that's a good point. And also the last session was also due to the bad audio quality and also of the short time for this really complex subject. Maybe I can try to cover that the next time as well. Okay. I will think about this. Okay. Is that enough for you in one month's time, or are you in need for more urgently of such a thing?
For me,
I think it's okay in 1 month.
Okay, then let's wait one more month. Okay. So thanks a lot for participating, and have a good time till then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.